question square here, one can notice the following remarkable mathematical fact. Number 2025 can be represented as 20 plus 25 whole square. You are given a year represented by a string S consisting of exactly 4 characters. So there is a string S which denotes the year and it has 4 characters. It is allowed that it has leading zeros. You need to express it in the form a plus b whole square, where a and b are non-negative integers, or determine that it is impossible. For example, if s is equals to 0, 0, 0, 1, you can choose a is equals to 0 and b is equals to 1 and write the year as 0 plus 1 whole square. Be an input string s which will denote the year. Okay, so the string can have leading zeros as well, like in this example it's 0, 0, 0, 1, and it will have only 4 characters. Okay, so it can be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, which is an edge case, and 0, 0, 0, 1 or any number, only 4 characters. Okay, so we have to transform this number into a plus b whole square so that we get this number. Okay, so a plus b, then what would be a plus b? Then it would be the square root of the given year. Okay, so one thing we can do is, while taking the input, instead of taking a string s, we can take int s. And why can we take int? That's because it's a 4-digit number and it's in bound of integer. Okay, so we can take int s. That would make our computation, our solving, easier. For solving this, we must ensure that s is a perfect square. Perfect square. And why is that s would be a perfect square? Because then if it is a perfect square, it can be represented as a plus b whole square. Otherwise, it is not. So first thing, what do we have to see here? First thing is to know if the year is perfect square. Okay, so first thing we have to see if the year is perfect square. What is the second thing that we have to see? Yes, now we have to find a and b. First, for suppose we get square root as r. Okay, so a plus b is equal to r. And how can we find a plus b? Let's take the first test case. The first test case here is 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. And now how to find a and b? For suppose if this number had been 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 6. So what would we get? The square root r would be equal to 4. Now we can divide 4 into 2 parts, that is 2 and 2. So a would be 2 and b would be 2. So we can get a plus b whole square is equals to, we can get the year, the S. Okay, so for even numbers we can do this, that A would be R by 2 and B would be R by 2. Okay, and for odd numbers what we can do is, the first test case that we were saying, 0 0 0 1, here 1 is the first test case, 1 is the perfect square. Okay, so if we half it, its square root is also R would be 1, then if we half it, R by 2, by integer division we will get the floor value, that is 0. Okay, so we can do it like, so it is equivalent to, so we can do it like 0, A is 0 and B is 0 plus 1. You can say that for all odd numbers it works. For example, R is 3, then R by 2 will be 1 and it will be A, and B would be R plus 1, that is equal to 2, and A plus B we will get as 3, that is R, and that's what we want. Okay, so that's how we are going to get A and B for even numbers, the square roots which are even and the square roots which are odd. So let's see all the test case. 1 0 0 1, it's not a perfect square, so it will output -1. For this it is also not a perfect square, so it will be -1. For this it is a perfect square, and the answer is 34 and 36. Why? Let's understand. 4 9 0 0, R would be 70, right, and R by 2 would be 35. Either we can do A and B as 35 and 35, because in this question any pair would be acceptable. Okay, any pair of A and B can be acceptable, so it is also acceptable, because when we add 35 and 35 we will get 70, right? And in the, if we want to get this, we can do it like 35 minus 1 and 35 plus 1 plus 1. So we can do it like R minus 1 and R plus 1 for even numbers. If we want to generate this kind of pair, we can do that. Okay, so any pair is acceptable. If we see 20 25, it's 20 and 25 as it was given in the example, or it would be any other thing, the way like we did it. Okay, because any pair is acceptable. Okay, so let's see the code. So here we input the test case, multi minus minus, we will enter n, which is the year we are entering. Square root is equals to -1, we have declared here. We will start from 1 and go until n. Okay, and then we will calculate square, and if square is equals to n, square root will be I, and we will break it. Okay, and if square root is equals to -1, then it will denote that the number is not a perfect square, so we'll output -1. And if it is, then we have created s, which is square root by 2. We half it. And if it is even, if it is odd, we output half and half plus 1, and else the second case we did s minus 1 is s plus 1. Okay, this one that we discussed. So we can generate this pair as well, and also we can do it as s and s, because then we add it and it will give the same square root. Okay, so thank you. I hope you got the solution and were able to understand it.